FIFA is introducing a set of new rules for the 2026 World Cup, and every one of them is focused on the same objective: reducing time wasting and keeping the game moving. In the next 3 minutes, we'll break down the 6 biggest changes. Some of these updates will probably be welcomed by fans, while others are certain to spark debate. Either way, they're coming into effect whether people agree with them or not. Let's start with rule number 1, the 5-second countdown. When a player takes too long to restart play with a throw-in or a goal kick, the referee will begin a visible countdown. If a throw-in isn't taken before the countdown expires, possession is awarded to the opposing team. If a goal kick is delayed beyond the limit, the opposition receives a corner kick. Goalkeepers were already subject to the 8-second rule for holding the ball, and this change applies the same principle to other restarts. On paper, it should help increase the amount of actual football being played. In reality, players will almost certainly invent different ways to slow things down that don't involve restarts. Even so, it's still a step toward reducing unnecessary delays. Rule number 2 deals with substitutions. Once the substitution board is raised, the player leaving the field now has just 10 seconds to get off the pitch. If they fail to do so within that time, the incoming player must wait on the sideline for 1 full minute before entering. During that period, the team plays with only 10 players. This rule specifically targets the familiar tactic of players slowly making their way off the field in the closing stages of a match. You've seen it before: adjusting equipment, holding a leg as if injured, or suddenly finding a reason to linger near the corner flag. Under the new system, there is a clear limit: 10 seconds, and that's it. Rule number 3 makes fake injuries a much riskier option. If a player requires treatment from the physio while on the field, that player must leave the pitch for 1 minute after receiving attention. The goal is to discourage players from going down unnecessarily to give their teammates a tactical pause or break the momentum of the game. The trade-off is simple: if you want treatment on the field, you spend a minute off it afterward. Goalkeepers are the exception, because removing them for 60 seconds would create obvious practical problems. As a result, this particular issue remains largely unchanged for keepers. Rule number 4 gives VAR additional authority. Previously, VAR could only become involved when reviewing direct red card incidents. Under the new rules, second yellow card situations can also be reviewed. VAR will additionally be allowed to examine corner kick decisions, provided the review can be completed quickly and doesn't hold up the restart. Another new responsibility is correcting cases where the wrong player receives a card. In short, VAR's influence on matches is growing even further. For those who wanted more video reviews, this is good news. For everyone else, the debate continues. Rule number 5 introduces body cameras for referees. These cameras won't belong to the officials themselves. They will be supplied and managed by the competition organizers, who will also control how the footage is used. So don't expect referees to show up wearing personal action cameras. The recordings are intended primarily for referee education and training, although fans may eventually get access to some of the footage as well. Seeing a controversial penalty decision from the referee's exact point of view could provide a fascinating new perspective on key moments. Finally, rule number 6 concerns DOGSO, denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Normally, when a defender fouls an attacker who is clearly through on goal, the punishment is a red card. Under the previous interpretation, if the referee allowed play to continue and a goal was scored anyway, the red card would usually be reduced to a yellow. The new rule goes a step further. If advantage is played and the attacking team still scores, no card is shown at all because the goal-scoring opportunity was never actually denied. The attack achieved its outcome. Certain fouls may still lead to a yellow card in specific situations, but in general, a goal scored through advantage removes the disciplinary punishment. It's a change that follows straightforward logic and arguably should have arrived much sooner. So there you have it. 6 new rules, all designed with the same purpose in mind. FIFA wants more football being played and less time being wasted. Whether these measures actually achieve that goal remains to be seen. Ask again in July once we've watched them in action. The sport itself hasn't changed. What has changed are the rules surrounding it. If you enjoy this kind of football content, consider subscribing. Your support genuinely makes a difference. Thanks for watching,